Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tim's and Stilettos. I am your favorite girl, Davina, and Armar is actually running late today, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. And when he gets in, we will continue on with the conversation. So, today, our topic is 5 questions. And the 5 questions are from someone, looks like his name is David Burris on Instagram. And it's 5 questions. It actually says singleness. 5 questions singles should consider before entering a new relationship. And today we were supposed to actually just go back and forth with the questions and talk about our answers, how we feel about it, have as we do every week with the his and her segment or the conversation. So the first question, and once Armar gets here, I'll just go ahead and answer. And when he gets here, we can go back and have him answer the questions. So the first one is lifestyle. One of the challenges of being open to new relationships is being patient enough to wait on the person who matches your pedigree, especially when you have worked hard to become established in who you are and what you do. Ask yourself, am I okay with patiently waiting for the person who can meet me on my level, or am I inclined to settle, hoping it will work out? I think for myself, it is a mixture of both because sometimes it takes someone a little bit longer to figure out what it is they want to do in life. There's no timeline on success. Some people find success at 18, some people find success at 60. So there isn't a timeline on that, but I will say you have to be on the road to it. I think by now you should be able to determine what it is you want to do with your life. And so I'm not going to say that you need to have it all figured out because I don't have it all figured out, but you need to be somewhere in the middle with it, and be willing to work for it. So you don't have to be on my level, but you need to be on a level. You can't just be dormant waiting for something to come to you because you'll be waiting forever. The next question is accountability. As an unmarried man or woman, you have certain liberties that most married couples have forfeited for the sake of marriage. Liberties like being able to go where you would like to go, whenever you would like to go. You will you will likely be required to give up some of those liberties when you are married. Ask yourself, am I okay with being held accountable for my whereabouts, or do I value freedom too much to give that up now? Well, for myself, I don't have those liberties even as we speak. Someone always knows where I am, and that's just for safety reasons. So it may be my mom, it may be my sisters, it could be my aunt, it could be a cousin, it could be a combination of all of the above. I think, especially for single women, someone should always know where you are. I don't think you should go days without speaking to someone or sending a text to someone just so that they know you're okay. It's not so much someone checking up on you, it's just, making sure that you're good. So, my mom and my aunt, when I get home from work, especially if I text them and be like, oh my goodness, or they see because they follow New York City news, they may see, oh, an an attack happened on the train, or this happened in my neighborhood. So they will actually send me the news article or the whatever they saw on Facebook just to confirm if it's true or not. And for a while, they'll be like, okay, Davina, you need to text us when you get home so we know you're good. I had an incident happen last summer where I had someone actually following me in the morning. Well, not following me, but around. And it made me very uncomfortable in the mornings when I was waiting to go to work. So that accountability, I was able to get a picture of them. I sent it to my family. I actually gave it to someone at my job. So because I'm the type of person that's 99.9% of the time on time, if it's in my doing. So I said, listen, if I'm late and I'm not calling you to let you know, this is the person that may have something to do with me not being here and someone can't get in contact with me. So I don't think it's accountability where it's people checking up on you. I think it's just if you're in a relationship or your family or anything like that, it's just out of concern that someone may want to know where you are. Let's go to the next question. Money matters. Along with the accountability of sharing your whereabouts, there will also be a new level of accountability about when and how you spend your money when you are married. Ask yourself, am I okay with having someone give me input on when and how I save, spend, or invest my money? This one is a little difficult for me because if and when I get married, I am going to say that I will have a joint account with my spouse, but I will also have a separate account for my spending. And that's just because if I put all my money into an account with my husband, when birthdays come up, when anniversaries come up, if I want to do something just because, it's like, okay, am I spending his money? I guess for me with gifts and things like that, it's I want to feel like it's something that I'm doing on my own, if that makes sense. In my head it makes sense, but I can't really say as I'm saying it makes sense. But as far as investing and saving, sure, we will have a savings account. We will have a portfolio of investments and things like that. But again, with funds, like I'll just take Tim's and Stilettos for instance. This is my baby. So my husband having something to do with this, probably not going to happen. So if the revenue starts coming in, this is Davina. This is Davina and Armar. This isn't Davina, Armar, and spouses. Whether he's married or I'm married, this is just us. What he does with his portion of it with his family, that's on him. But as far as I know, I'm coming to record and all of that stuff. So, some may say it's selfish, some may not. And that's just how I feel about it. Of course, a discussion will happen on it. And I don't want to use the word agreements. Understanding. And understanding will happen where these are things that will probably be talked about during the dating stage. So by the time we get married, this is completely understood and talked about until we're blue in the face. Will I say, dare I say that, am I above a prenup? No. I don't believe that you need to be a millionaire to get one. I believe that two regular Joes could have acquired or saved. It might take someone 10 years to save $10,000. They get married and their spouse is saying, "No, we were married, part of that money is mine." I don't agree with that. So, I'm not above a prenup. I'm not above several conversations regarding money. That's just me and who I am. Um Friendships. One of the major areas in your life that may very well require some adjustment is your friendships, and more important, how much time you are devoting to your friendships. Ask yourself, am I willing to exchange the time and energy I would be sharing with my friends for the time and energy that will be required to cultivate a new relationship? I don't think I like the word required, because when you use the word required, it's almost like a job. I'm required to go to work Monday through Friday. I'm required to pay my bills. I'm required to pay my rent or mortgage. Um, in a relationship, that's something that I want to do. And if I really like you, I'm more prone to wanting to spend time with you, but I'm not going to neglect my friends in the process. Of course, Armar will probably say, you go through that honeymoon stage in a relationship, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. But it's like, okay, I'm still going to go to my brunches with my girlfriends. I'm still going to hang out with them. Um, I would still expect him to go to sports bars to watch the football game or the basketball game, things that really aren't my cup of tea. But after that game is over, after I'm done brunching, I might be a little intoxicated. But after we've done things with our friends, we can always come back together and do something, or vice versa. We may get up in the morning and go grocery shopping, or go to the farmer's market, or just lay in bed and talk about our plans, and go hang out with our friends, have a great time, and come back home. So if you're, how can I put it? If you're needing to replace one with the other, oh, I'm in a relationship now, so I can't hang out with my friends. That's ludicrous to me. That that honestly is ludicrous to me, because it's like, you had a life before your relationship. So why am I giving that up? Do I feel like you should have, if you're married, I feel like you should have married friends or married couples that you do things with your married friends, but don't neglect your single friends, because your single friends were there for you when you weren't in a relationship, and y'all were out club hopping, bar hopping, going to the singles events and mixers and whatever else together. So I don't think you should um, give up on them, or leave them in the dust while you enjoy another part of your life. Because just like with funds, if you guys break up, not wishing that upon someone, but if you guys break up, then what? Are you supposed to, or are your friends supposed to just pick up where you left off and pretend like it didn't happen. What's happened? That's kind of weird to do that. And it shows that you're almost like a fair weather friend. You only want them there when you want them there. That's not a good friend, you know? So that's how I feel about that. And the fifth question is time management. A new relationship will require more of your time, which could mean spending less time on projects, business ventures, or future goals. A new relationship will undoubtedly place a greater demand on your time. Ask yourself, am I willing to sacrifice the time I would be using to build my life in order to build our life? I don't think that you need to, hello there. I don't think you need to sacrifice one for the other because again, during dating, you're building and you're doing things. And this is something that he or she knew about during that dating process. So why am I going to give up my business ventures or spending time on my businesses because I'm in a new relationship? You knew that when you met me. So I just don't feel like I need to sacrifice, again, just like friendships, sacrifice one for the other. I was answering the questions. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to ask you the questions, and it's going to be all about your answers.
Hey, I'm sorry I'm late, but
No,
it
that's
sounded like you was
okay.
doing an amazing job. I
Well,
was listening
thank you.
outside. I
Thank
didn't
you
want
very
to
much.
interrupt you while you was talking. You should have your own little corner, like a little 30-minute segment. Just
Oh, that's what I should
call
do?
Call it Davina's Corner.
It's your least favorite guy, y'all.
It's your least favorite guy. He's in the building. Late, but here.
So, yeah, I just feel like there shouldn't be a greater demand because I was doing something, you knew I was doing something, and as my mate, you should want me to succeed and continue on that path of success while we're together because that helps level us up if it's done properly because with great sacrifice is great rewards.
So what number you on?
I just answered all of them. So I'm
Wow,
just
you got 5 questions done in 30 in
about 20
25
minutes.
minutes? Oh, you was on it. Okay. So let's give me a recap real quick.
Okay, so the 5 questions deal with lifestyle, accountability, money matters, friendship, and time management. Now, I will say I don't like some of his wording.
Okay.
Where he's saying demand or, sacrifice and things like that because I just...
Well, you got to think about it. This is no offense, but this isn't his language is different from how he would speak.
Okay.
Because of the person writing it, in his demeanor, he's more of an executive, so he's more of like...
Okay, he's coaching and consulting.
Right.
Okay, so it's more professional.
Right.
Okay.
It's like when you send that as per our last conversation email, how professional it'd be, but just a little hood and a little... Okay. So lifestyle.
Yes. Ask yourself, am I okay with patiently waiting for the person who can meet me on my level, or am I inclined to settle, hoping it will work out?
I could wait. I mean, listen. I think settling is the wrong thing. When you settle, you set yourself back, and then you wind up putting yourself and your pieces back together again. So settling is definitely not something that I would do.
Okay.
I know a lot of people do that because they want right now, but right now don't last because they just take it because it's there right now. So you can have something right now, but then the next 2 or 3 years, you realize this is not something that you really want.
Okay.
And then it's like, this is not the man for me. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Then you have to start all over again. And then, no offense, you know how women are. It's going to be like 2 years before you get out that, you know what I mean?
You gotta
and you got to heal and you got to start all over again. So,
but what about a man?
A man, For a man, it depends on how deeply in love he is. The way a man loves, they always say this one saying about always pick a man that says something about always pick a man that
Who
goes
loves
after
you
you
more
more
than
than you
you go
love him.
after?
I
Yeah.
don't believe in that, me personally.
I don't either. I
I
feel
just
like you love how you love,
hmm
and sometimes you can't equate the two. It doesn't mean that one is less than
exactly,
or more than the other.
exactly. But I'll tell you this much: when you get a man that shows you that he wants to be with you, and he does everything he's supposed to do, that's somebody worth keeping.
Okay.
Because every man's gonna make a mistake. Nobody's perfect,
Correct.
but never settle.
Okay. I
Oh,
said it's somewhere in the middle because you might meet someone who isn't on your level,
and you gotta help
but
him get
they're
there.
working towards it. You have to be on a level,
But
but you can't just be sitting dormant.
can I play devil's advocate?
Sure.
No offense, but a lot of ladies get with men because they see potential, and the potential never rises.
Next question, because
I'm just saying.
I have no comeback for
I'm
that
just
because
saying.
that's true. We fall for
hmm
what we think we see instead
hmm
of what is
In front of
actually
us.
in front of us.
hmm
And okay,
Okay.
I agree with that.
Oh, Armand won. Davina, no comeback for this one?
No, not for that one.
Wow.
Not for that one. Look at that.
I'm,
Look at
I'm,
what happens when
I'm,
you late.
I'm coming in about to be your favorite guy right now. I'm about to take over that spot.
Anyway.
All right, accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ask yourself, am I okay with being held accountable for my whereabouts, or do I value my freedom too much to give that up now? Um,
You want to know my answer
yeah,
before you
sure.
answer?
Tell me your answer.
So, real quick, my answer was I'm held to an I have accountability now, whether it's my mother, because being a single woman, someone always knows where I am for safety reasons.
Okay.
So,
Women being kidnapped and stuff like that.
correct.
So I get it.
And you remember what happened last summer when I was waiting
Oh
for
yeah,
the
yeah, the
bus
guy
and stuff
waiting
like
for you and
that.
stuff.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
you had a what was his name? Ronnie from Players Club. What you doing over here?
At least Ronnie had a car. This dude was on a bicycle.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, accountability. I think we all should have accountability. But I just don't like the way this is. This accountability for where you're going and what you're doing.
Right.
Excuse me. I just think that when you're in a relationship, it's just out of respect. You let your partner know where you're going. I
Yes.
don't think it's accountability. Hey, babe, I'm going out with the fellas to the basketball game.
Correct.
That's all it takes.
That's it.
I don't think it's about checking in and being checked. I just think it's a respect factor because if your boys be like, yo, something's wrong with R, it's not like, oh, where y'all at? You went to a basketball game. I know you at.
Right.
I'm coming.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
more of an emergency aspect, not more of a checking up aspect.
That's fair. That's
So,
fair. I think that's
I just
along
don't agree
the
with that
line.
accountability. You
It's
know?
like I said, some of his wording
Yeah.
is a little weird.
Oh, but as an unmarried man or woman, that's a different scenario. See, if y'all just boyfriend and girlfriend, I think it's just still a respect thing.
I think it's still respect.
When you married, that's just like, hey,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
going
going
here.
here after work, so don't expect. I won't be home until like 7:30
like,
ish.
especially if you have a wife that makes dinner and makes sure you eat before you make sure food is ready when you come home, or you have something that y'all usually do.
Right.
You don't want to mess up the routine without a reason why you're going to mess up the routine, because then it starts to add friction to the relationship.
Well, I don't want to say mess up the routine. I would just say throws off the routine.
Okay.
And I think some spouses just be concerned. If I know you're going to be home at 6:30 every day, and I don't hear from you, I'm going to think you're in a car wreck. I'm going to think,
You got to let that go.
no, I don't.
You have to, because you can't always think the worst.
If you every day come home at by 6:30
Sometimes.
and you don't,
Sometimes, like for instance, like today, I'm always mostly on time.
right.
But I got late.
But you told me.
Yeah, but I was.
But you told me. You
Okay,
didn't
I
just
get it.
not
I get
show
it.
up
Right, I get what you're
and
saying.
had me like blowing up your
I
phone
mean, but-
saying, "Where are you?"
It depends on how long after you start to blow me up. Because if I'm usually home by 6:30, and then by like 7, I can say I merit a phone call. by 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you half because it could be traffic. You could
Right.
have got stuck at work
Phone
doing
died or
something late.
anything.
No, you got a phone charger in your car. Your phone ain't die.
What if you had a bootleg one and it just don't work when you get in the car?
Well, we need to buy. We need to
Right,
go on
so
Amazon.
we fixed that.
And right.
Right.
But I
But-
mean, I understand anything can happen, but it's just common courtesy to be like, "Hey, babe, Mark called me after work. I'm gonna go
Have a drink
have a
with them,
drink, or we
right.
gonna go catch the
Of course.
first half of the game
course.
before I come home." Okay, cool. I know where you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stressed out that something didn't happen to you. Excuse me, and we can move on from there.
I just think that if you, nothing personal, nothing against anybody, but if you call me like 10 minutes after I'm supposed to be home at 6:30, I think that that's a little bit too clingy for me.
It could be considered clingy if you do it all the time.
I mean,
Now, you might get a pass for once or twice a year.
it's 365 days
Right.
a
I'm
year,
gonna
so
just
you want to
say
say
once or twice
twice?
because, like, and I'll just throw this example out there. Let's just say I left work early. I didn't tell you, but I'm planning like a sexy time dinner with you when you come home. Now you throwing my food getting cold. I'm standing there shivering because I only got on a piece of lace and something like that. So it's like, bruh, what are you doing?
In that way, in that scenario, it's totally different. But if you're just calling just to see where I'm at, and just because you're a worrier, then we need to
Have a conversation about
yeah,
that.
we need to
Okay.
talk to somebody because it's not necessarily wrong with it, but it's just something that happened to you that makes you worry when you don't
Right.
hear from people, and it's something bigger than what we
Right.
are doing right now. It's just something that you happened in your
That's
past.
something you would
and
figure
we
out
need
while
to
you're
fix.
dating and courting.
Right.
Dating, courting, as I'm now
Some
calling it.
some men like a woman that's clingy. Some men like a woman that's on their back. No, I'm not like that.
No,
Mm,
I can't.
I'm not like that at all.
I can't.
Can't do. All right,
No.
what's next?
Next is money matters.
That's a conversation that people barely have in dating and
Agreed.
and that part right there.
Agreed. So ask yourself, am I okay with having someone give me input on when and how I save, spend, or invest my money?
If we're married,
Only if you're married.
if we're married.
Well, okay, so yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna change that. If we're engaged and getting to be married,
Mm-hmm.
your finances is now about to be mine. So from the engagement on,
Oh
it's
my
something
God, I
that we
have
have
to
to
tell you a
work on.
story. I
We
have
have
to
to
tell you.
work on that because before when you single, you have your own place. I have my own place.
Right.
Not really single, but we're dating. You have your own place. I have my own place. You take care of your finances. I take care of mine. All right, it's
Right.
all good. But once we get to that step where I propose and we're working towards marriage, now when we come together, we need to be a whole.
Correct.
So you need to, whatever you had issues with before, like money management, you need to start to get things in order because when we get together, you at 550 and me at 745 ain't working. I mean,
Unless
I
you're
have to,
working
and then,
towards.
right, then I have to help build you up, and that's not a problem with helping build you
Right.
up. But if you have bad spending habits now, if you don't change them now, then it's going to be even worse when
be
we get
there.
together. You know,
Okay.
so it's something that you have to definitely work on.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
when I get married,
Mm-hmm.
we'll have a joint account,
Okay,
but
definitely
I'm
have a separate.
also going to have a separate account. So what I do with my separate money is on me. If I got paid yesterday and I put my money into our account, whatever dollar amount that is or percentage that is, and then I want to go buy a new Fendi bag.
Okay,
But I haven't taken it. I
you
haven't
take
touched.
it out of your money.
I'm taking it out of my money, and now if I'm broken to the next time I get paid,
See,
that's on me.
That's what I was about to ask. So when you broke and be like, hey, I'm going in the joint account to get this.
No.
You know what I mean? Then it's like, then I have to say, hey, listen, what are you doing with your money?
Right.
Like, you going
no,
into the joint?
because
like,
that's not
or you
not
buying
important. And I feel like if we have a joint account, it should be a certain dollar amount that either one of us spend. It needs to be a conversation on why
anything
we're taking.
over $1,000.
Oh, okay. That's for your household. I don't think it should be 1,000.
I just think anything over $1,000 because the way inflation is, the way things are, so her car might need to get something fixed. And
But you'll know about that.
Right. I'm just saying, like,
I'm
if something
saying
like $400 or $500. That's,
I'm saying go to the mall and ball out of control.
no, joint accounts is not for balling out of control.
Okay, that's fair.
See, me personally, I think when you get together with somebody, you need to have a separate joint, separate. And then on top of that, we have a vacation account that we put into, so that way when
Absolutely.
we want to go on trips, we have this account there set for us like this.
Absolutely.
And then we also have an account that's just basically like a entertainment account, date nights, things like that,
Okay.
situations like that.
Okay. Yeah, because I said like when we start making revenue for Tim's and Stilettos, that's not that's not house money. That's
Right.
money that
That-
I've worked and built up
Right.
for me to
the
have.
business,
So
right.
most of that, I'm gonna say majority of that is going into my personal, because personally just me and you are doing this. But of course I would add a little something to the house account, but that's
Okay.
that's me.
Okay.
If you got a business and you got something going on and you want to do that, that's fine.
And it's just and it goes back to communication. If y'all don't have communication and you're not talking to each other about
Correct.
these things, then you're not going to see eye to eye. You're not going to
Correct.
have the right wavelength on things, and it's going to be a disconnect somewhere. So it's very important that these things are talked about before you make decisions to be with somebody.
I think that should be
because
talked about before you even get engaged.
some men need help managing money because some men aren't good money managers.
They just want to buy PS whatever number to be
5.
and Jordans.
I'm not really a huge Jordan fan.
Okay,
I like
sneakers.
I like a few colors, but
Sneakers.
my sneakers only cost like $90, so
Okay, well,
it's not
good.
that expensive.
Good for you. I tried to buy a pair of Jordans today and they were sold out.
I
in
know
like
them-
8 made.
Them Georgetown Blues. I tried
yeah,
to get them.
they were sold out in 8 minutes. I was pissed.
I hate these bots that be buying this.
I was pissed.
And then it was on resale like 10 minutes later for like $4.50. I was
See?
like,
And I got all the way through the process. I was on Nike.com and I got all the way through the process, input my card information.
see, you gotta have the card information stored.
No,
That way
no.
you could just push it and
Oh.
go. Because the time you putting in to put that number in, you gotta be
Somebody
able.
else did it.
You gotta be stored.
I was so mad. They were like, "Okay, we'll see," and then it came up. Nope, sorry,
Yep,
you didn't get them
yo,
off.
You gotta have it stored. So you click a button, just click, 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 and then you're in. You can't wait seconds.
Well, that's not what slowed me down. I tried to send because my building packages go missing.
Oh yeah.
So I tried to get them sent to my PO box,
Mm-hmm.
and Nike was like, "We don't send to PO boxes." I'm not sure why, but I think that's stupid. Everybody should send to PO boxes. And when I went to input my work address, because I was like, I'll just have them sent to work.
Right.
I don't know that by heart,
So
so
you
I
had to
had
go
to
look
look
it
it
up?
up. And
Lord.
that's what slowed me down.
Look, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what slowed me down. I know it now. I can tell you that. If
All
somebody
right.
be like, "Oh, what's the address of your job?" Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm not putting it on here because that ain't none of your business.
You don't want to have Ronnie coming to your job. talking about,
Exactly.
Davina, you said DDD. I'm ready.
And goes shaking. Anyway. No, you know what? I think the guys at my job would shut that down.
Oh yeah, the guys at your job are very overprotective.
Yeah,
Over there.
they would be like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing
Byron be
that
like,
today."
What, fam? What you say?
I know.
Yeah.
Byron would. Love you, Byron.
All right, number 4.
Friendships.
Okay, now this one's a big one because you know how some people don't like to have opposite sex friendships when they're in talking to somebody.
He doesn't even ask about opposite sex.
Really?
He just says, "Am I willing to exchange the time and energy I would be sharing with my friends for the time and energy that will be required," don't like that word, "to cultivate a new relationship?"
I honestly think that friendships are good for you as long as you learn where to keep your friends at bay and when to talk to your friends. Your friends don't need to know all your business. It's good to have somebody to talk to about certain situations, but not everybody needs to know what's going on in your household. The person you're going through it in your household needs to know more than your friends need to know. So if you can go talk to your friends about it, you can go and talk to your man or your husband about it. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Before you go to your friends about it, you go to your husband, and then if y'all can't get that together, then you have to go talk to somebody together and have
A
somebody
professional.
be a median to make this situation much easier to explain because sometimes he might not understand what you're saying because of the way you're delivering the words, and sometimes you might not understand what he's saying because of the way he's delivering the words. And you have a professional who knows both sides and can break it down. Like, well, what he really means is he's saying this, this, and this, and you're like, oh, and then she's saying, and it's like, oh.
Well, what about best friends or close friends? Because not everybody has a best friend, but they have that close friend and that be like, okay, girl, we had a fight, and you know, he get on my nerves.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's what your best friend's there for. Listen, girl, your best friend's supposed to be like, listen, girl, don't worry about it. Y'all gonna get through it. It's a disagreement. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened, but I don't need to know what happened. I just need to know that y'all love each other and y'all do things for each other and y'all gonna get through it. See, I just sometimes think that when friends start to be like, girl, what happened? That's where it messes up at.
That's nosy.
I think that's where it messes up because as a friend, you shouldn't really care what happens. You should always speak positively and love into their relationship as a friend. Yeah. Unless she calls you like, I caught this nigga in the bed with another woman. Then it's like,
Derek
bitch.
Jackson.
You know what I mean?
Come on, I'm coming to help you pack.
No, not even. I got the fofo. I'm on the way. This nigga don't know who he messing with. All them lessons in the gun range gonna pay you off tonight.
Well, we're not going to kill him because then I'm a conspirator to murder, and that means
if you're on your period, you get away with it, so you're good.
Number 5. We're moving on.
Okay.
And last but not least, time management. Mm-hmm. This is where you caught me when you were walking in. Okay. Ask yourself, am I willing to sacrifice the time I would be using to build my life in order to build our life? So basically, I'm going to bring this to present day. Mm-hmm. You get a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Your girlfriend wants to do something on a Saturday, and you say, sure, but we have to wait until 7 because I have to record. Okay. And she's like, no, you need to spend time with me now. F your podcast, or that can wait. Why do I have to wait? And why can't Davina and the podcast wait?
First of all, I don't think that will ever happen because
that's not the type of woman you would date. But hypothetically,
it's not even the person I want to date. If a woman can't support me in what I'm doing, then she'll need to be next to me. Okay. It's simple. Okay. So the first time that comes out of her mouth is like, well, you know what? I thought you liked me for who I am and what I do. Mm-hmm. The podcast is what I like to do. And this is something that I'm interested in. It's, I'm not going to stop because you don't like it. So I think you should just find somebody that you like that does other things that I don't do.
Or who has time at 6 o'clock on a Saturday to take you to dinner.
I'm just saying. I mean, because what's an hour going to kill?
Nothing.
On a Saturday night when
honestly,
we don't have to work.
That's giving you more time to get ready since men mostly claim that women are never on time.
Because it's the honest to God truth.
That's not true.
Y'all don't know how to get dressed on time.
I know how to get dressed on time. You just have to give me enough time to get dressed.
Oh, so we have to give y'all, let's get this straight. So we have to give y'all enough time to get dressed, get your hair right, get your makeup right.
Correct.
Pick your 4 outfits that you put in the bed, see which one looks right.
Correct.
Okay. And we supposed to wait downstairs while we're already fully dressed. We're ready already.
No. Here's how I look at it. Dear future boyfriend, husband.
This is bullshit I hear coming right now.
It's not. It's really not. It's really not. Hear me out. Dear future husband, boyfriend, if you want to go out on a Saturday night at 6 o'clock, which means we'll probably have to leave around 5:30.
It depends on where we're going.
Right. That's what I'm saying, 5:30. So what you need to do around, I don't know, noon.
Wait a minute.
But hold on. Hear me out. Around noon, hey, babe, you need to be ready by 5 o'clock.
That's a whole 6 hours.
It's not going to take me no, that's actually 5 hours. But what I'm saying is you've given me ample time to get ready. So now I do not have an excuse not to be ready by 5 o'clock. So whether I start at 1, 2, 3, or 4 to be ready by 5, you've given me that time. Don't come to me at 4:30 saying, I need you to be dressed by 5 o'clock. And you know it's going to take me at least 45 minutes to get dressed.
Ladies, can I just say something, please? You have to know when to just be quick.
There's no such thing as being quick if I'm going out on a date with you.
There is. There can be comfortable dates where a sweatsuit will look just fine Because
I still gotta put makeup on. I still gotta decide what hair I'm
You
wearing.
don't need all that. Sometimes we're going for a quick day. I didn't say we're going to a fancy. I said, hey, man, we're going to have dinner real quick.
So what? We going to Buffalo Wild Wings?
No, we might go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We might even just go to just.
We going to Putt Putt.
I mean, we might go to a drive-in movie theater or something to have.
Well, see, that's different than if you're taking me to a restaurant.
But if I say get dressed in 30 minutes, you should know it's not a restaurant because I know you're going to get restaurant ready. Restaurant ready is 3 to 4 hours. That's automatic. Restaurant ready is 3 to 4 hours. We all know that.
Okay, well, I can get dressed in 30 minutes.
Shit.
Because I can get dressed in 30 minutes.
I don't believe no woman on this earth can
I
get
can
dressed
get dressed
in 30 minutes.
No, you're right. I can't get dressed in 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I can get dressed in 45 minutes if I've already showered.
Okay.
Because it's COVID, so I'm not doing a full face of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slapping on some brows, some mascara, and eyeliner. Boom. That's about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring out what I'm going to wear is 5 to 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 25 minutes.
And you got 20 left.
No. I said 40. Yeah. So then, depending on what I'm wearing, I got to figure out what sneakers I'm wearing because
And how long is that?
about a couple minutes.
Okay,
so
we
we'll
say
just have 5.
Okay, so you got 10 minutes, 20
then,
minutes left.
Right. Then I got to switch bags.
Okay, that's about 5 minutes again, so you got 15. It might be 10 minutes.
I'm going to say 10 minutes
Okay.
to switch my bag.
Mhm.
So,
And you didn't even get to the clothes yet.
no, I already picked out my clothes.
Yeah, but you still didn't have to put them on, and then you didn't look in the mirror to see if they actually look nice together first before you actually walk in the door.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how
That's
gonna
45
work.
minutes, though. That can all be done in
You know
45
what, ladies?
minutes.
I just want y'all to time yourself. Try to get dressed.
I'ma do
this
it.
This is the 45-minute challenge.
Let's do it.
We need to see the
We gonna
ladies get
talk
dressed
about
in
it
45 minutes. We're going to talk about this on Monday on the live.
Tonight
That's
on the
right.
live, we're
We're
gonna
to
talk
see
about
who
it.
ladies can get dressed in 45 minutes. Is it possible or is it not
I
possible?
think it's possible.
I don't think so.
The ladies got my back. As
Listen,
always.
the fellas can do it with no problem.
Yeah, because I'm not even about
No,
to talk about
go
it.
ahead and talk about us.
Because y'all take a whole bath real quick. Y'all throw on a sweatsuit or a white tee and some jeans.
Listen, if it's the summertime, we white teed out. That's how it goes. White tee, shorts, some sneakers. It's over
And
with.
and y'all got to figure out the hardest thing men do, especially in the summertime, is decide what hat y'all are gonna
You are
wear.
absolutely right. You are 100% right.
That's
and the hat
it.
has to match your sneakers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's like the hardest thing. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
So time management. Let's get. We went way off time
Yes.
management, but it had to do with time management. I just think that time management, as far as with people and ladies, is very hard to do. No offense, but y'all have a hard time with time management.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Well, the question actually was, are you willing to sacrifice your time for our time?
Yeah, I am. I mean, listen, if I normally like if a game comes on a Monday Night Football or TNT Monday Night Basketball game,
Mm-hmm.
if she hits me with I wanna have.
Let me. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Let me go because what this gentleman is saying,
Mm-hmm.
he says, spending less time on projects, business ventures, and future goals. So if you're an entrepreneur, which you are you willing to be like, you know what? I can't spend 20 minutes looking for a cruise for someone. I need to go spend time with my girl. Are you willing to sacrifice that?
Well, to be totally honest with you, as you get across in business, you learn to manage your time better. I remember I used to do.
Boom.
I do a lot of like work. I used to be like, doing work till like 1, 2 in the
One,
morning,
yes,
finding
you
out
did.
information for people cruising. Then what I had to do was do like, you know what, I do this from this time to this time, and that's how it's going to be. And if I don't find out between this time and this time,
Do
I
it
circle
tomorrow.
back, or I'll come back tomorrow, because that's why you always give them a 48-hour window when you're doing research
Right.
and everything like that. You give
Right.
yourself 2 days to find out everything you need to find what they need.
That's fair.
So it's all about how you manage your time with your business. And
So
then
nothing is I don't.
it's
like
not
that
a
word,
sacrifice. It's
I don't
a
like that word.
compromise.
Okay.
How's that?
Okay. That's fair.
And compromising is something that makes relationship works.
Absolutely.
It makes communication
Across
better.
the board.
And sometimes you might have a girl that be like, you know what, babe, I'm gonna help you.
I'm going to help you. Or you got your laptop doing your work. I got my laptop doing my work. We're still spending time together, but
Exactly.
we're working on.
And then we're talking to each other, bouncing
Yes.
ideas. So, what do you think about this cruise? I saw this cruise.
Yes.
Would you like that? Like, you know what I mean? You
Yes.
just offer things back and forth, and you
Yes.
know, it helps build.
Agree.
And it also feels. You also make her feel like she's being part of the process,
Agree.
and you make her feel like she's wanted. So that's also a good thing as well.
I agree.
Making women feel wanted and protected is a major asset.
Yes.
Power to the people.
Yes. All right. Well, I think we can wrap up.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. As always, our email is always open.
TemsandStilettos1
Thank
at
you.
gmail.com. She had a brain fart. It's okay. It didn't stink though. She ain't let it.
Instagram, Tims_and_stilettos. YouTube, Tims and Stilettos. Twitter is Tims and S.
Oh, we couldn't get the stilettos.
No,
part.
I think it was too long.
Okay.
So we got that. We have a Facebook also, which is Tims and Stilettos.
That's right.
So everything is Tims and Stilettos. You can find us on all streaming platforms. We are now on iHeartRadio.
That's right.
We fancy.
And don't forget Monday Night Live.
Monday Night Lives on our Tims and Stilettos
Bring
page.
your drinks. Don't forget to bring your drinks.
Yeah, I gotta go back to that. Even on most Tuesdays I'm working, so it's kind of hard, but I can have a sip. I gotta go buy another gallon
Oh,
of
Lord.
wine.
Don't buy a gallon. Just buy a little nip.
I have nips too, but the gallon, it just, in my head, it lasts longer, even though sometimes it doesn't. But, whatever. Thank y'all so much for listening.
And I apologize for being late. And
It's okay. It happens.
Yes.
Just don't let it happen again. But as always, I am your favorite girl, Davina.
And your almost favorite guy, Armand.
Okay, almost.
Almost.
I'll take
we
it.
Getting there. We getting there.
And this has been Tims and Stilettos, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Later, guys. Have a good